we can say Why Guru, Why Guru, Why Guru, Why Guru, Why Guru. Why do people hurt? Trying to like come up with on the spot, come up with. All right. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing well. This is an opportunity to connect with a different way of experiencing the digital reality in some sort of harmony. Because we can easily get caught in the disharmony, the disinformation, the misinformation, and the distractions of technology. But we also can share harmony with this technology. We can connect in some sort of symphony or cacophony when we connect in this way with this digital technology. All right. Cool. And if you don't know what I'm playing, boom, this is what I'm doing right here. This is called a harmonium. I'm gonna put down over here. And I'm gonna take a moment to kind of share what's happening in this world here. So this week on starting April 9th to the 12th, there's the Clown Virgins of clowns all around the world that are gonna be doing different presentations and workshops. I'm really grateful to be able to start things off with the opening ceremony, but check this out. This is a whole clown virgins all over the world. And I'm just even wondering with you guys listening to this, what do you feel is the importance, is the social importance of clowns? Like, I'm curious, what is your thoughts? What's your feelings on that? And then this week is the launch of LA Climate Week. So this is one of the events that yours truly is going to be speaking at. Look, I might even have a bowl with me. But look who else is going to be speaking. You got Abby Waldorf. Whoa, Planet Positive Collab. You got Robert Lempert with Rand Corporation. I wonder if we connected when I did a presentation at Rand Corporation. That would be cool. I'll ask them. Rivian is hosting this. Look at this, like Rivian, Little Saints, kombucha culture. So there'll be some good yummy drinks and food. Awesome conversation with all of us. Maybe we can ride around in some Rivian trucks. Maybe they'll give me a Rivian truck to kind of use for farming and regenerative farming. Wouldn't it be awesome? Hey, Rivian, if you want to not even donate, just share it with me, and I'll promote using the Rivian for farming and regenerative farming and food security and communities and disaster resilience. That'd be super cool. So Rivian, planting that seed with you guys. And we're going to meet each other too at this event, which is going to be awesome. And then the next day on April 10th, Better Future Night, is going to be a whole night of games and play. Actually, we're going to be showing the documentary show that Charles Loy directed, called and which is an Emmy-winning show. We're going to be watching the show. We're going to be breaking out into different groups. I'm going to be sharing some cool stuff like let's see, post. Let's see, do's and don'ts. I'm gonna be popping up this game so that you guys can see. This was a game that was created during the Stanford Hackathon, and these students actually created a digital game they created a game of California donut economics, and you could choose if you want to be a farmer or a citizen. If you drop it in here, let's say you want to drop it into land use, right? Boom, and you get to play this game, Oh, hey, it's like Super Mario Brothers, but you're playing donut economics. So look at this. Oh, hey, okay. Oh, whoa. Forest cover, 27%. California forest cover is probably 27%. The safe threshold is 37.5. How do we get our forest cover to 37%? So we got to increase it by 10%, right? Cool. All right, then we play a little bit. Oh, looks like there was something here. Let me see. Oh, whoa. 6.68 global HI. What's HA? Global hectares per person. Whoa, versus 1.48. So overshoot, we're 350. So if everyone lived like an average Californian, it would take more than 4 Earths. So Californians live like we are just like taking over. So you can you don't have to do it. You can pass these things. Oh, well, there's a lever here. Let's see what happens. This is a restoring lever. So look at the background and everything. Boom. Oh my God, we made all the trees plant. So we moved the target from 27% to 37%, and it made trees grow, and we helped support the ecosystem as well. Aha. Whoa. Cool. And then we can just exit out of here. Boom. Wait. How do I exit? Oh, exit. Exit. Oh, there it is. Oh, we can't get out of here. Oh no, we're locked. Ah. I'm just kidding. You just go here. Dude. And we get teleported, farm to table, you get more information. Anyways, we're gonna be totally distracted by the game. We're gonna be playing this game at this event, along with having conversations. There's gonna be different breakout groups. What a great thing to do for LA Climate Week. And then there's other things happening throughout LA Climate. Look, we already got 76 people registered. Whoa. And then this thing, and then this thing, and then this thing. And then last but not least, I want to share this that's popped up, KarkinCommons.com. Well, you don't have to live in the Karkin bioregion, but if you are interested in being involved in bioregional regeneration, bioregional financing, bioregional resource allocation, needs, asset mapping, basically building bioregional disaster resilience, this is what we're doing. We're also like looking at different organizations, different community members that want to actually, they want to compete for grants, or they want to compete for funding. Maybe compete is not even the right one. They want to collaborate and cooperate for funding. We can think about how do we support each other, right? Especially because one of the things that we're working on with our healthcare nonprofits, how do we reimagine place-based healthcare, right? And how do we make it preventative? And how do we create the conditions where food as medicine and culture as medicine, spirituality as medicine, social prescriptions are a part of our healthcare, right? And so we're working on that, but that kind of connects to people who have employees and they want to make sure their employees are healthy and well and resilient. Well, if you pay for your employee insurance, is that guaranteeing your employees are healthy? You know, so like how could also we start to create the conditions where employers and employees can be healthy and resilient? They can actually collaborate and cooperate better. They can create more product and more output, but also that output is relevant to what the community needs too. How do we connect those dots as well? So definitely check out this website. We got a whole kind of story, a donut story of the bioregion, of like what are the problems, and we have data and science and research about all the problems, ecological problems and social problems, how we're breaking out of we're overshooting or shortfalling on those things. And then from that context, we're also thinking about how do we build a cooperative movement in the community, right? Cooperative doesn't have to be, we're not attached to the word, but really it's understanding how do we build a culture where the money stays local, the businesses grow, but they're not growing in the sense of getting to a place where they become toxic. But the growth actually leads to more business development that is cooperatively owned or worker owned or the community owned, whatever that means, depending on what it is, right? Because like energy can be owned by the community, internet can be owned by the community, so can waste, right? Or it could be owned by a corporation. Let's see what does better. In the world, let's do some research. Do your own research. And one of the things we're also focused on is senior health. That's a big thing. And also disaster resilience. Obviously, as you can see, we've got wildfire issue, industrial issue, infrastructure issue with energy and our cellular towers. And is everything actually, are we resilient? And how do we build a culture of resilience? How do we build an economic system that rewards building resilience against these things, right? Right now, we're not doing that. So what we've come up with our Cosmic Labyrinth, I mean, if you guys want to see what Cosmic Labyrinth is, boom, this is Cosmic Labyrinth. I can pop up these things in real time. For us, we're kind of like reimagining how do we deal with the donut? How do we think about donut economics in terms of a game? And how do we come together and work on projects, not just with adults, but with kids as well, so kids can be a part of the projects and the restoration and the resilience. So what we've developed is a resilience as a service financial roadmap. And really, we're just reimagining, like how do we think about regenerating and remembering resilience with earth, air, fire, and water, and how do those connect to systems that we need, social and ecological systems, and how does that actually generate revenue for everybody? Like, how is it a better investment for governments? How is it a better investment for private entities, philanthropic entities, but also for the community to also pay into like getting more resilience in their community, having more fire resilience, having more food security, having more healthcare and caregiving support, right? Especially with an aging population population that needs more care. But if there's not people to care for the aging population, then it's being put on just one caregiver, one person who's having to take care of another person, which is not how community thrives. It's not even how we work together well, right? So what we're doing is we're creating a resilience as a service roadmap. This includes supporting and empowering and catalyzing local businesses or people who want to start local businesses that are actually addressing and creating resilience as a service in the community. So we're thinking about that whole constellation. This is not a competition to us. It's actually an opportunity for us to practice what it's like for an ecosystem to thrive and to regenerate. You have to bring in a bunch of different organisms, and you have to figure out which ones are keystone ones, which are not. How do we support those ones? How do we mitigate the bad actors? This is all a part of the game, right? Because not everybody is also used to playing well together. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but not everybody plays well. Like, I mean, I played football, I played basketball my life, and I gotta tell you, like, team sports teaches you a lot. That it's not about you, only you. Actually, you could have the best players on team, and if everybody's individual, they're not going to win, even if they have the best players in the whole league, right? But if you cooperate well together as a team, and you might disagree philosophically with somebody on your team, but you need to collaborate still to be able to win. And I think that culture of learning how to win with a team and how to like win actually enjoyably and win regeneratively and keep winning, that actually requires a bit of humility, a bit of cooperation, a bit of trust, a bit of a delegation, a bit of not, staying in your lane as well, right? And doing what you're good at. If you're offensive lineman, you're not gonna try to be the wide receiver, right? And so I think that culture of teamwork, you can't learn it. You have to practice it. You have to like literally practice that culture. And not everybody's practiced it. A lot of people have gained success through nepotism or just doing individual success, but they don't know how to team with other people. They don't know how to collaborate with other people unless they're a part of their tribe or they're a part of their family or whatever it is, and that's unfortunate. We're seeing how it's leading to a lot of social and environmental decay because we're so isolated and we're not able to team up well with each other. So anyways, resilience as a service. Check out what we're doing. Visit the website, karkincommons.com. Join as a member, become an owner if you want. You don't have to even live here to be an owner, but we want to kind of create the culture that if you don't live here, you might not own it in the same way, but at least you can help support an example of bioregional resilience, because our case study, like our bioregion, if we can create a culture of resilience here, then I wonder how that can translate to your community where you live, or how can this case study be an example that can be replicated in other areas? How can we show how to collaborate with local government officials and also to mitigate the bad actor government officials? Because there's staff and government people who are very corrupt and very much about just supporting the people that they're getting money from or they have friends with or their family with. But there are people who work in the government that actually want to help and are really about supporting the local community and empowering local economic development, local resilience, right? And environmental resilience. There are officials out there. So let's find them, let's collaborate, cohere, let's learn from each other, grow with each other, and also maybe take advantage of like some of the opportunities that are out there. There are some, really, really awesome opportunities. In fact, one of the things that we developed in this is kind of like also imagining how you can like reimagine your home value by converting your home into a food source for the community, right? Your front lawn, your back lawn. We're talking about the different ways that you can we can collaborate. We're also talking about the cooperative food, right? And how we could do that. We also are, let me see where I'm trying to find this link for you guys. Let's see, where is it? Oh, here's your pathways, right? How we can like convert everything, into the community in a cool way. Maybe it's here. This is like where you can pledge, right? You can pledge your asset, right? So if you have land or you have agricultural land or you have whatever you have, you can like pledge it, and you get like but I'm trying to find, there is where is it? Oh, I gotta update this, guys, because we have some events coming up. This event just happened, the Farm Worker Day of Service. We got this men's horticultural therapy. We got a bingo night, which is going to be fundraising for the Friends of the Library and the Crockett Library, for all the programming that happens at the library. Here's past events that I have. We're going to have karaoke night. Here's different events we've done. You can kind of see kind of like, you know, the different disasters or disaster gatherings we've organized. We have a lot of data. Here's a town hall that I was a host on, which was awesome. Um, and you can just see, like, here's another disaster gathering that we did, focusing on fire. We did a Regenerate the Bay Festival during San Francisco Climate Week. Here are some pictures from the candidate night that I hosted. Here's another disaster citizen assembly, disaster resilience we organized. And so you can see, here's a Lakshmi Eco Fest we did, and we actually collected horticultural therapy research, ecotherapy research, basically. And we collected data. Here's amazing, look, I love seeing everybody in a circle like that. And the conversation was even better. Here's a Climate California talk we did, the San Francisco Library. Here's some sound healing that Dee and I did. There's a supervisor right there of our county. And this is like when I gave her, we created, from our backyard, we created a clay Adobe bricks that you can use for building. And we had the whole community come and build Adobe structures, little mini structures. And so we gifted her one of those blocks, and we're like, hey, look, this is actually disaster resilient. It's local, made from local, everything's local. So there was no shipping of ingredients or concrete production or any pollution that happened. Oh, there's me up in one of the trees. Cool. Check this out, guys. You know, just check it out. See what we're doing here. See how how it's happening. Play the game if you want to play the game. You know, of donut economics. Let's see. Go back home. Back to the menu. There's a donut economic. Let's see what it looks like for an explorer. So all of them open up for an explorer. You can see it on my shoulder. So let's say if I click up policymaker. Oh, so this policymaker only cares about peace and justice for now, okay? But let's say we go to income and work. Oh, look at this world. It's like interesting. You got the liquor store, you got the payday loans, you get to learn more. Oh my, 659, wow, APR. Oh, geez. Go California. I mean, wow, California, we got to do better. Here's a rent issue. 54 average, the median renter in California spends 54% of their income on rent. And working class, it's even more. So like working class is like in 70% sometimes, you know, up there, right? So that's crazy. And that's why there's way more evictions happening. And we unlocked the money. Whoa, making it poor, making it poor. So maybe by shifting maybe creating some policies, maybe creating some public banks, maybe getting rid of fees. Look at this, $4.6 billion paid in bank fees and late fees and overdraft fees. That's crazy. And that's like people who don't have money that are paying fines. That's kind of crazy, right? All right. Should we go back? Let's see who's the other one? Citizen. Here's a citizen one, and here's Explorer. So the game is still in progress. This is just the first iteration from the hackathon. It's gonna be awesome to continue collaborating with these amazing, brilliant young minds that are working at the intersection of AI, software development, and obviously now they're learning how to create a game. And so we were just having a meeting the other day talking about how to make this something that inspires in real world action. Like it's great to make a game that people can play, but then like how does this translate into you going to your local city, county commission meetings and then saying something about something you care about in here, or going to citizen association meetings, right? If there's whether it's a Rotary Club or maybe there's a citizen association that you have that's focusing on environment or social things, you can go to those meetings, but you'd find out about it through playing this game. So instead of like only playing the game, but the game can actually help support connecting to civic engagement and civic action, and civic imagination, I would say too, because this game also is one of the things I like about it, because the donut report includes recommendations. It's like, yeah, sure, like let's look at what's wrong. Here's where we're overshooting and shortfalling, right, in our social and environmental conditions in our state. But like, what can we do to rectify and redirect that stuff? So that's why I love this game, because it does all that. So cool, guys. Maybe I'll see you here. Maybe I'll see you online at the Clown Conversions. Maybe I'll see you at this Better Future night where we'll play games and talk about using play to actually build a better future. Like, how do we use play to do it? Maybe that might be the best way to do it. Yeah, guys, this is what we're rolling with. So really grateful. Here's all our partners. We've worked with people who have owned. Built compost systems at festivals and conferences. We've worked with farm owners and done projects around healthcare and resilience with farm owners. We've worked with business owners, with community members. We work with amazing nonprofits like Lopez Urban Farms that does community mutual aid, and then really cool projects. Here's like all the different things we've done all around the world. Like, look, we even have stuff in India, right? And Hawaii, look, there's a bunch. We need to go to South America though, and Africa. Come on, guys. So maybe invite us to these places so we can do amazing resilience as a service, like festivals and work festivals, project festivals, nature-based solution festivals. Hit us up. We're ready to do it. We can also give talks and lectures, but we don't just do talks and lectures. Just to let you know, like personally, I don't just do a talk. It's got to have embodiment as a part of it. For me, it's super critical. Cool. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate you. Let's make it happen. It's resurrection time, right? What are we resurrecting? Who are we resurrecting? Should we go back to some music? All right. Let's do this. All right. Can you hear me? Come on, do it with me. Come on. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said last time, I'm gonna keep trying to do this. I'm gonna keep trying to meet you guys in this digital sphere, but this is not my favorite. My ideal, like if I could plant the seed with all of you, is to be able to travel, to tour, to have touring stints where I spend a few weeks visiting a bioregion and connecting with local farms and supporting local farms, or supporting local eco-restoration projects, or supporting local community healing projects. And that's how we connect, through music and neuroplasticity and sound healing and laughter, laughter science play shops, and civic engagement, civic imagination plays, and donut play shops. But we do it all while we support the people and the organizations that are doing great work already. That's my dream, planting the seed. help me make it happen. I don't know how long we have left to do something where we create a movement where we actually start to heal and regenerate. I don't know. We're in a disaster, a polycrisis disaster. So hopefully somebody out there is hearing the call that this needs radical support and radical investment and radical imagining of how we even think about investment, right? Where I come from in India, we don't think about donating. It's actually a part of the culture. And not just donating, but donating that in ways that supports the local health, supports the local economy, supports the local food system, supports the local spiritual system. So that's where I'm at. Peace in the Middle East. Literally. Literally, I mean that now.